feel big-brained every time I get done watching one of these videos. I don't know what it is about Sam O'Nella and his way of explaining things. It's usually pretty fast-paced, so we got to be quick learners whenever we're watching his videos, but they're always enjoyable and easily digestible.
It's not even that. It's just like, oh, it's fast, we gotta keep up. It's dumbed down to the point where I wish...
Are you calling Sam dumb?
No.
I will not stand for this.
Sam is smart. Sam dumbs it down for people like me. Because history... Not my thing. If I had this when I was growing up, if I had like a YouTube to be like, I don't understand, instead of just having to read like chapter after chapter of a dumb history book, it's not dumb, I am. And I would have learned way more. It's entertaining. It's digestible. He is
entertaining, and he's fun. And I always like for you to learn something about history because, like you said, you don't know much about it.
I just don't enjoy it.
And I usually learn something too. So today we're going to learn about World War II's unluckiest ship, the William D. Porter.
Never heard of him.
Let's do this.
Hey kids, now some philosophers have called boats the airplanes of the sea, but while every glamorous Glennis has its slow-mo shun, so too does JJ the Jetplane have his awful counterpart. Her legacy in many ways resembles my middle school career, a 3-year-long travesty plagued by blunder after blunder due to both gross incompetence and sheer misfortune, with the only silver lining being that it's remembered by relatively few. Meet the USS William D. Porter, nicknamed the Willie D, which was a perfectly acceptable alias in the days before Don't Ask, Don't Tell. She was a Fletcher-class destroyer, which, if you know Fletcher as well as I do, you know he's pretty high-class at destroying. Like when he snapped off my DS screen during summer camp because he was trying to get a better look. Didn't even apologize. He was just like, well, you're not supposed to bring video games to camp anyway. Even though everyone did. Fuck you, Fletcher. You were a counselor. You're supposed to be more mature than us. You're the reason I grew up with a lingering resentment towards authority. And my only reprisal is that I got to draw you as a disgusting fat lard for millions of people. Actually, I think his name might have been Eric. Anyway, in July of 1943, the ship was commissioned by the Navy and led by Lieutenant Commander Wilfred A. Walter. As her first real job, the Willie D was assigned to a top-secret escort mission across the Atlantic. Walter was like, alright man, time to prove ourselves. I want to see you all on your A-game. And as its first act under military command, the ship didn't raise anchor properly and tore a massive chunk out of the ship next to it while pulling out. Okay, rough start, but definitely not a sign of things to come. The next day, she met up with 3 other ships, including 2 destroyers and a battleship known as the USS Iowa, and the fleet set off towards Africa. Given the clandestine nature of the operation, they were ordered to maintain total radio silence so as not to alert any subs that might be lurking below. Suddenly, boom, bang, borf, Hare Krishna, huge explosion off the starboard quarter. They're like, holy shit, evasive maneuvers. But after however many minutes, the transmission comes in saying, hi, this is Wilfred D. of the Willie Walter. So a depth charge may have accidentally fallen off the ship, and we may have also forgotten to turn off the safety mechanisms on said charge, causing it to detonate immediately. So if you heard a little noise a bit ago, no cause for alarm. Also, sorry for breaking radio silence. Love you, bye. Shortly thereafter, a strange phenomenon was spotted near the ship. Officer, what in the rhyme of the ancient fuck is that? Appears to be a large wave, sir. Jesus Christ, they have that now? Basically everything that wasn't tied down ended up being swept off, and one of the boilers in the engine room got foobarred. But fortunately, no crew members were taken away, except for the one that was. Later, the 4 ships congregated in the waters east of Bermuda when the Iowa decided to test its anti-air abilities and launched a bunch of weather balloons for target practice. A few of these drifted towards the Willie D, and they took some pot shots just for fun, probably wrecking some happy albatross households in the process. But Walter was like, men, it's time to redeem ourselves. Spit those crayons out. Don't you know the purple ones are bad for you? Time for some impromptu torpedo drills on the Iowa. Yay! That was Narnar and the Pow Pow. They're gonna douse their trousers when they see how good we tore those pedos. Say, you guys remember to take the primer out of all of them before launching, right? Yes, sir. Yep.
Oh my god.
What? Fortunately, the Iowa didn't really have much valuable cargo that could be damaged in the event that the torpedo struck. Except for 32nd President of the United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who was being escorted to Cairo as the whole point of the mission. The next 5 minutes aboard the Willie D were just total fucking chaos. Humid sacks of rice, hogs and bats sniffing each other, massive stereos. Commander, we really should radio them. No! I am not breaking any more rules! Do the flashy light thing! Hey, incoming signal from old Iron Brains, a yuck. They're saying they're, going to reverse at full speed? What? Shit off a bowsprit, this ain't working! Fine, call him! FaceTime, Uvu, I don't give a hoot! The transmission arrived in the nick of time, and the torpedo detonated a safe distance away in the Iowa's wake. Of course, that didn't stop the entire crew of the Willie D from being arrested for, shooting a torpedo at the president. Lawton Dawson, the Elmer's eater from earlier, was initially sentenced to 14 years hard labor, till FDR came out and was like, no, it's okay. Boys will be boys. But we are sending you and the rest of Carnival Cruise Line to Alaska, where there's fewer things to ruin by being yourself. Get it, Carnival Cruise Line? Because you're the worst. And also clowns. So they kicked it for a while in the Aleutians, otherwise known as the tale of the pregnant rat that makes up Alaska. This went on mostly without incident, except for when they were anchored outside an officer's home during a New Year's Eve party, and a sailor got drunk and decided to fire off one of the 5-inch guns for a laugh, and ended up sending a bunch of his geranium straight to hell where they belong. Other than that, smooth sailing. Then they hung out at the Philippines for a bit before Central Command was like, alright, looks like you smoothskins are ready for actual missions again. Except you're going to clown college. And the Willie D was sent to the Battle of Okinawa under the leadership of some guy named Charles. God. Here they actually did some worthwhile stuff until June 10th, 1945, when a kamikaze began to dive towards them. They weren't able to shoot it down, probably because it wasn't American, but it crashed in the water some ways away. They were like, phew, crisis averted, turned their attention elsewhere, unintentionally driving right over where the bomber landed. The plane was like, the hell? Oh, shit, that's right. Bonsai. About 3 hours of desperate repairs went by before the order to abandon ship was given, and miraculously, every crew member made it out alive by the time the ship sank, just 12 minutes later. So it just goes to show, everything has its silver lining. Everyone on the dipship gets to live, every filthy Chuck E. Cheese ball pit has a delicious prize at the bottom, and the nexus of pointless diversions we call the internet actually has productive things to do on it too. I'm Salmonella, and I'm a fella with rubella.
Upset over the Chuck E. Cheese prize at the ball pit.
Oh!
I mean, it's probably, like, statistically a quarter of all Chuck E. Cheeses, right?
No.
That feels accurate.
That's like a new level of Famunda cheese. From under the balls of Chuck E. Cheese.
And it's like kid fingers. It's like all fucking like boogery and whatever
nasty,
else.
Sweaty, filthy little socks and feet.
Yeah.
God help us.
Yeah.
That's where Ebola came from.
When I was growing up, the McDonald's in our area always had a really cool ball pit, and I remember I had pictures playing
balls
in the ball pit and being like,
Nikki played with their balls.
Okay, we're making children's jokes now. I'm like, oh, gotcha. I was not like 18 playing in the ball pit, right?
I hope not.
But they had to shut it down, I think, because of your hometown, actually.
Oh, yeah, where I grew up, in the dead center of the opioid epidemic, Pennington Gap, Virginia, there was a ball pit that was right next to Main Street. And junkies would just throw their used syringes into the ball pit because they were shooting up Oxycontin. And
so my mom was like, hey, even though that ball pit is there and you love that ball pit and you played in that ball pit so many years, you're not allowed to play in that ball pit anymore. And I would just look and be like, God damn it.
They found snakes in the one in Wise
also. Then they found, I think, like a copperhead.
Yeah.
And I was like, never mind, I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, they found a snake in the one in Wise.
Yeah.
So, there you go. Hooray! Those people on that ship.
So lucky.
Fucking how,
unlucky, though? Not the unluckiest ship. They were dumb. They made really poor choices. But they were lucky for not all expiring on the ship.
Except for the one guy.
Except for that one guy.
Damn,
he wasn't on the ship, but still.
He got washed away by a wave.
I'm assuming that he probably is no longer.
He probably drowned.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible. World War II was crazy.
They really just were out here being dumb.
Oh, the sea battles were insane and crazy. And then you had the kamikaze pilots and all that shit coming after the ships and stuff.
That joke.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I mean, it seems as though that was
true. Or
true.
that meme where the kamikaze pilot's going towards the ship and he's like, I'm about to blow.
Oh.
That's a great one. Good video, Salmonella. Thank you for giving us an education.
Yeah.
Us hillbillies really do appreciate that. So thank you very, very much. If you guys have not subscribed to his channel, why not?
Yeah.
If you want to go check out his videos, they're all there. He's been around for a while, and his videos are awesome. If you enjoyed our reaction to this, you can give us a like. You could subscribe to the channel. You could even give us a recommendation if there's a video you want to see us react to.
Yeah, you can do that down in the comments or on our Discord. And if you're interested in looking at our faces more, we have a Patreon. All of that is going to be down below in the description.
Very cool. We also live stream. We do that a few times a week. If you're interested in checking that out, just subscribe. You'll get a notification. Hopefully. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys for checking it out, and we will see you next time. Bye.